Hey, hold on just a second. We're on, right? This is Dixie, and we were just talking about the origin of your name, and please share that with everybody in our audience here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, when your mama is from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and your daddy is from Lone Oak, Arkansas, they don't have many choices. And I have aunts named Comey, Etta Mae, Irene Loring, Marion, Ira, and my favorite uncle was named Exum. I swear to God. So I think Dixie is a wonderful step up.
Only south of the Mason-Dixon line,
That's right.
Well, we're essentially south of the Mason-Dixon line, but this isn't the South.
No, it doesn't count.
No, it's Tuscaloosa and in Arkansas and wherever Dixie Swanson came from. But listen, Dixie, we're not here to talk geography. We're here to talk about politics and women voting. Well, I don't understand yet. I've been going on over all of the material, and here you have this wonderful book, The Accidental Senator, A Political Fable Begins.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. And he holds it up adroitly so that everybody knows what the cover is when they see it in the bookstores. That suffrage thing happened a long time ago, and women got the vote. So what is it that you're saying that you want?
Well, in this book, I drop a non-political female into the U.S. Senate.
This is a novel.
This is a novel.
Yes.
It's actually a fable, because in fables, wild things happen.
Yes.
But it's in service to a
right. In Congress.
Yes.
Wild things happen in
Yes.
Congress?
In service to a greater truth. And so we take a non-political physician, drop her into her late sister's Senate seat for just a few months, and she sees the Senate from the inside out, and she's appalled. Then, oops, she ends up in the Oval Office.
Whoops.
Whoops. And she solves problems in a different way, because as an emergency room physician, she has a different way of problem solving than exists in Washington.
And as a female?
And as a female, she thinks a little differently. And what she comes to is why she was put there, and that is to get the fat cats out of government. And she does it.
Is this a good time to be thinking about that? Because I think a lot of people have gotten so totally and completely jaundiced and cynical about the fact that they will never move the fat cats out.
This is the perfect time to talk about it, because whatever 300 million Americans want, we can have. There are 99 of us for every one of the fat cats, and she has a solution that works to get rid of them. And it's an idea that I heard. I mean, she has a whole plan, but the core idea is really very simple. There's an idea that there may be $5 billion in special interest money in this campaign. And I don't know about where you come from.
No, you're not talking about the Fable campaign.
No, I'm talking about the real
this
campaign.
one, the one that we were all suffering through.
The one that we're all suffering through, yes. Where I come from, the definition of a good politician is one that once bought, stays bought. And so the smart lobbies give to both sides, so they win. Whoever wins passes their laws. And there is an antidote for that. And the way is to make all money come only from voters. No special interest money, no PAC money, no 527 money, no money from any other sources.
The criticism of that from some, and I know that this must be a shock, that anyone would criticize anybody with a political idea, is that you are asking people to contribute to ideas and people and parties and affiliations that they don't believe in.
Well, no, what I'm asking them to do, and they don't have to do it, is I'm telling them they can only donate to one candidate for whom they can vote in any race. So you can donate up to whatever the congressional maximum is.
So you're not talking about marking the box then on your income tax?
No, 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 no. This is completely different. Every treasurer, for a campaign, all the money comes from individual voters who are eligible to vote for that candidate, and only that candidate. So the big pharmaceutical lobby can't give any money. The NRA can't give any money. They can still exist, but they can't bring money to the conversation.
Who's going to force them out of the paying off business?
The Constitution of the United States of America.
Have we been kind of ignoring that?
Yes, and this woman has a plan for 5 constitutional amendments to come at the same time to move the Constitution from an 18th century document to a 21st century document. And the way that she comes to it is the story. But I am distraught as an American to see my country cynical, to see my country go, it doesn't matter what we do, because we're all in a mess and nobody's going to be able to fix the mess. It's a defeatist attitude.
No, and they're in the malaise that we're suffering from across the country. And by the way, so far you have really gotten people's attention. Arizona gets a kind of broad brush description, particularly from people outside of Arizona, that we're all a bunch of wackos and that we're all extremists from one end to the other. And in fact, we are a cross-section of America here.
Right.
We've got 7 million people from about 7 million different places. So right now, everybody is saying, that's a fable that's kind of interesting to me. Where can they get the book?
They can get the book at Amazon. If they're so inclined, or they can get the book off my website, www.dixieswanson.com.
Then they're not going to forget that easily, huh?
Well, hopefully they'll remember my name, Dixie, like a Southerner.
Are you here making any appearances?
I am doing a signing this evening.
Yes.
And
I'm waiting
but it's
to hear
a private one.
Oh.
But you can come.
Well, but thank you very much. And so can you. As soon as Dixie leaves the studio, we'll let you know where she's hanging out. There's a gentleman named Paul Johnson here who ran for governor and was a very successful mayor of Phoenix. And his whole effort right now is in getting rid of party designations. And he loves the concept of everybody running on their own, individually, with their own qualities. You think that's a good idea?
I don't know. All I know is that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm a raging moderate. Tuesday, Thursday, I'm a rabid middle-of-the-roader. And Saturday and Sunday, I take off.
And on Thursday, she wears red and blue, proving conclusively
and white.
that not only is she a living flag, but also she's somebody who refuses to be tied to either a red or a blue state. Dixie Swanson. The fable is called The Accidental Senator. I think it's going to be a movie, and I'll be the first in line. The Morning Scramble.